So a very good afternoon to you, and you are welcome to the University of Galway Connacht GAA Airdome on International Women's Day, in the week that the Higher Education Colleges Cups will be presented here and take centre stage in this magnificent arena in County Mayo. We have 3 days of glorious Gaelic football lined up, culminating in some showpiece finals as the Yoplait Ladies Higher Education Championships come to a climax and the various champions are crowned. Well, the action will get underway very shortly as we focus on the first final of this festival of football. It's the HEC Cup Final between DCU Dóchas Éireann and Ulster University, or UU McGee as they are better known at this level of the competition. It's DCU 7 against Ulster University 4. Two high-scoring, attack-minded teams who will absolutely relish the fast and open conditions here inside the University of Galway Connacht GAA Airdome. Delighted to have Bronagh Quinn alongside me. Will be known to many of our viewers this afternoon as, of course, a Galway County star and one of the rising stars of the HEC Championships of 2022. Bronagh, you played in this final last year, this Level 7 final. Came out on the wrong side of the result, but a strange experience to be back, I beg your pardon, the right side of the result. A great experience, though, to be back again in a slightly different, from a slightly different perspective.
Yeah, it's great to be back. I know myself it can be a daunting day in the finals, but no, it's great to be back, to be on the other side of it.
So let's take a check on the teams then before we go any further. There is the DCU lineup. DCU 7, Emily Heavey, she starts in goal. It's a full back line of Emer O'Neill, Keelan McKeown and Emer O'Brien. Half-back line of Aoife Doohan, Linda Hanley and Kayla Breheny. At midfield, it's Fáinse Grimes alongside Sarah Toohey. It's a half-forward line of Eva Coughlin, Emma Hickey and Shannon Fleming. And Alicia Tobin, Emer Hunt and Molly Carthy line up in the full-forward line. That's the way the DCU side is listed on our match programme. Their opposition this afternoon are Ulster University, beaten in their first round, but bounce back to negotiate their way through to the final. Mairead Comer will start in goal. Full back line of Bloneth Kerr, Eva Turley and Sarah White. A half back line of Hannah Mullen, Mary Traynor and Anya Boner. Bláithín Donnelly partners Emily Loughran in the centre of the field. Anya Riley, Ciara McGurk and Lauren Rush make up the half forward line, with Maria Flood, Siobhan McKinley and Erin Nigillan in the full forward line. So Bronagh, as we mentioned, played with ATU Galway, or GMIT Mayo as they were known 12 months ago, to win this grade of the HEC Championship. So you know what it takes to win a final like this, to win a game like this. What's it going to take from DCU or Ulster University to get the job done today?
I think a lot of hard work. I know some of the girls are probably used to playing on grounds like this. I know DCU has a great setup that they're on the Astro. But definitely take a lot of hard work.
Well, as you will have gathered by now, we're running slightly behind schedule. Slight delay to the first of the finals here at the University of Galway Connacht GAA Airdome. But our referee, who is Katie Kilban, has got everything in order. The two teams heading into their positions. DCU just having some final words of wisdom from their manager. That's Sean Jones, and now heading down into position. Talk to me, Bronagh, for a couple of moments about the differences of playing inside the Airdome here as opposed to maybe on one of the pitches outside on a day like today. What are the two or three things that are going to strike the players and strike the viewers maybe in the first 15-20 minutes?
Yeah. I know from my own experience, the ball moves a lot faster. The game will be a lot faster. It might be harder for the teams to judge balls hitting the ground as well in the Airdome. It can be harder on the chest, you know, they're not used to breathing this type of air. So it can be challenging just to find your feet in the first few minutes.
Well, we're expecting it to be fast and furious. The Yoplait HEC Cup Final is off and running. So are the Ulster University team. This is their midfielder, Emily Loughran, who cuts through, but just took too many steps. Whistled up by Katie Kilban, and DCU will try and play on the break. Decent crowd in, not a bad atmosphere. And on the ball is Alicia Tobin with an early chance for DCU. Alicia's taken down, and that will be a free in. That was a cut and dry decision, Brona, for the referee.
Yeah, it was tough going there, trying to get in, but hopefully she'll be able to, Alicia Tobin, pop this over.
So the first shot at goal will come from Molly Carthy, the DCU free taker, back off the post, unlucky. Good chance to open the scoring, not taken by DCU. Ball touched and played on the ground by one of the Ulster University defenders. And this presents Molly Carthy with a second shot at goal inside the first couple of minutes here. A much better strike, and after 75 seconds, DCU hit the front. 2 shots for the free taker, Molly Carthy, and she was never going to miss the second one.
I think that's a good one now to settle their nerves as well for DCU.
So the kick out comes from Mairead Comer, UU McGee goalkeeper. This is the Ulster University's 4th team, so they are known for the purposes of this competition as Ulster University McGee, as Blaugheen Donnelly tries to play the pass but doesn't stick. Intercepted instead by Kayla Breheny. Little tug on the arm there of the defender as she tried to come out with the ball. Free taken by Emer O'Brien to Alicia Tobin. She's been lively in the first few minutes. The Donegal woman trying to link with Molly Carthy. Only scorer in the game so far, but just a little bit too much pace on the pass. And there, Brona, I suppose we see the surface come into play for the first time, really. Once the ball hits this surface, it's gone. Yeah,
and can be quite hard to judge straight away.
Well, it really is a magnificent arena. Has hosted countless games since it opened a couple of years ago. The FBD Connacht League played here back in January. Primary and secondary school competitions unfolding here every other day of the week as well. And also a magnificent conference centre, but that's a poor free from Mairead Comer, who's gifted possession right back to DCU. Chance for Emer Hunt, looking to link with Molly Carthy. Cover gets around her very quickly. Alicia Tobin there, trying to drive through, and one of the defenders were wrapped around the DCU forward, and again, it's a straightforward decision for the referee to make.
Yeah, Alicia Tobin's there. She's doing great work there to get her free there.
So another chance for Molly Carthy to get some free-taking practice in. 2 for her, 2 for DCU 7. And after 3.5 minutes, things going to plan for Dublin City University. Setting the pace in this Yoplait HEC Cup Final. DCU leading by 2 points to no score. Shannon Fleming looking to play it down the line to Emer Hunt. A very willing and able target woman in that full forward line. Lovely skill. Shot cannons back off the post. The second time that DCU have been denied by that upright. But they are laying siege to the Ulster University goal, and here they come again, wave after wave of DCU attacks. Ball spilled in the tackle by Aoife Doohan, and that will be a free out to UU McGee. But it really is scramble defence back there, Brona, in these early stages, because they're under relentless pressure.
Yeah, DCU have got a lot more of the control there now at the start of the first half.
Ball played through there by Leah Dormer, number 26 for DCU. Intercepted, and the break is on for Blaugheen Donnelly. Just crosses the halfway line. Support from Emily Loughran, her midfield partner. Just ahead of her is Lauren Rush. did well to win that ball, had to check her run to go back and gather it, fouled on the way through. And that is probably the most promising attack we've seen from Ulster University Magee in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's great work there from the pairing there, Blahin and Emily in midfield. They're making great work trying to get the ball up.
So a chance for Emily Loughran to open the account. Wide to the left, a score they really needed, because of course when you're in here in this controlled environment, Brona, you don't have to worry about the elements, the wind and the rain. In theory, it's made for free takers.
Definitely, it's definitely a forward's dream to play here.
Kick out from Emily Heavey, delivered to the left wing. This time DCU's kick-out strategy works a treat, and Leah Dormer finds Fáinse Grimes in the centre of the field for DCU. Alicia Tobin buzzing around that full forward line. Nice layoff from Molly Carthy to her midfielder Fáinse Grimes, who continued the supporting run and was fouled. But the build-up play and the link play from DCU in these first 5-6 minutes, Brona, very impressive.
Very impressive, yeah. They seem to really have settled. I think they're kind of more used to playing on the Astro with their good setup on DCU. It probably comes naturally to them.
Certainly, by the looks of things, they have settled into their new surroundings a lot quicker than their opponents. A chance for them here to push the lead out to 3. Not taken. Free missed by Molly Carthy, who's now operating off a 50% conversion rate. She's scored 2, missed 2. And DCU really should be much further ahead. Better kick out this time for Mairead Comer to find Mary Traynor, the centre half back. Pop pass from Emily Loughran, and this is Blahin Donnelly as Ulster University Magee try to get forward, try to break that defensive line, but DCU have numbers, and the ball is played cleverly across to Eva Coughlin. Now Linda Hanley plays her club football just over the road with Kilmavee Shamrocks here in East Mayo. Emer O'Neill, good hands to win that ball just over her head and give it off to Aoife Doohan. Just ahead of her, looking for the pass, is Alicia Tobin, but Aoife Doohan was being held, couldn't play that pass, so it will be brought back for a free to DCU. Lions man on this near side of the field, Kevin Corcoran, just stepping in to mark the exact position. So we're in the 8th minute here at the University of Galway Connacht GA Airdome. You're watching the Yoplait HEC Cup Final, and it's DCU who are setting the early pace. They're 2 points ahead, and they have really made themselves at home in these early stages. Good tackle by Hannah Mullen to win the ball back for Ulster University Magee. Lauren Rush from the Cookstown For the Rocks club in Tyrone breaks the line, looking for Emily Loughran, another Tyrone woman. She was being held free, quickly taken. Just maybe a little too quick for Maria Flood. Good defending by Emer O'Brien, who's been rock solid at left corner back. Ball cleared away from danger, but only as far as the waiting Anya Boner. Forward from Mary Traynor. Ulster University Magee trying to go direct to the full forward line, but it's not sticking, and Keelan McKeown gets it clear. Eva Coughlin runs into a roadblock. Here she is again. Clever 1-2, and now there's space in behind for Emer Hunt to attack, but beaten in the foot race by Eva Turley from League Slip in County Kildare. Was on the back foot there for a moment, but did well to play herself out of trouble. And Blahin Donnelly plays a neat little 1-2, and all of a sudden the space opens up. Nobody at home in the DCU defence for a moment, but the solo was high, ran away from Blahin, taken off her toe by Shannon Fleming. But the referee, Katie Kilban, had spotted a foul. No advantage coming, so she's going to bring it back again. But Brona, in the first 10 minutes, one thing that struck me is just how open this game is. If you do break that initial line, there's so much space in behind. So much space, and the ball is moving so quick. They're getting from one end of the pitch in no time. Well, that is one of the features of playing inside the Airdome here in Bacon. Ball tends to travel so quickly. So Mary Trainor now, galloping up along that right wing. A lot of movement ahead of her. She goes to try and pick out Siobhan McKinley. Support run is better this time. McKinley again. This is Anya Riley. Emily Loughran could be in. It's Loughran. Fires it high and over the bar. And the Ulster University McGee account is now open. Emily Loughran, who came flying through, goal at her mercy. And the shot flies over.
Great score. I can just see the movement from University of Ulster. They're moving the ball very quick. I think they're starting to really settle now into the game.
Well, Siobhan McKinley was a central figure in that move. The full forward from Mullabone had the awareness and the cleverness to play the pass to open up the DCU defence. And it's 2 points to 1. A scampering after this goes Nikki Sweeney, the Ulster University number 20. That's terrific defending, though, by the DCU number 7, Kayla Breheny. And Kayla Breheny did what she had to do. She got tight, shut down the space, and wins the free. And DCU's defence, it's been hard to break down, as you can tell by that scoreline, Brona, in the first 11 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. They've been putting in a lot of hard work there.
That's a loose clearance. Not what was intended, that's for sure. It gifts possession back to Ulster University again. And a chance now for them to keep the pressure on. They started slowly, fell 2 points behind, but a much improved last 5 minutes. Coming forward is their centre half back, Mary Trainor. Big part of the game plan for her team, as are the midfielders Blauheen Donnelly and Emily Loughran. And already Emily Loughran, she's been a big influence on this game. Takes this free quickly. Spotted the movement inside of Hannah Mullen, who'd made a break forward from the half-back line, and Hannah's been pushed over. That was good, quick thinking by Emily Loughran and Hannah Mullen. They were on the same wavelength. And this creates a chance for Lauren Rush to perhaps level the game for the first time. Just snatched at the free, though. Didn't compose herself sufficiently. Drifted to the right, kept in play by Siobhan McKinley. Ball recycled. It's McKinley again. Hannah Rush had stayed forward. That's a heavy challenge. And that's another free in. Well, they're spending more and more time inside the scoring zone, our Ulster University. And they're beginning to get some joy, because Lauren Rush now has another chance to level the game. And she strikes this one perfectly inside that left-hand post. And it's 2 points apiece, size level for the first time.
Yeah, and that was a lovely score there for Lauren. Hopefully that'll kind of settle her after missing the last one there now.
Well, DCU coming into this final unbeaten. Played 4 matches en route to this stage of the competition. 2 good for TU Tala, Marino, MTU Cork and UL. While Ulster University McGee beaten by Coleraine heavily in their first game, but put that behind them to beat Queen's, St Mary's and Coleraine, as it happens, in the semi-final, to gain revenge and book their ticket to this HEC Cup Final, which right now is beautifully poised after 14 minutes here at the University of Galway Connacht GA Airdome. 2 points apiece. Teams could not be any closer, as Blauheen Donnelly drives through again. Here's her midfield partner, Emily Loughran. Back to Lauren Rush, who was just sitting in the pocket. She has been fouled. Katie Kilban had her arm raised, signalling advantage. Now they'll bring it back for the free. Tables have turned completely, haven't they, in the last 5 or 6 minutes, Brona?
Completely. I just think University of Ulster have completely settled into the game. You can just see the amount of power of the middle there coming through between Mary Trainor, Blauheen and Emily in midfield. They're doing great work to get that ball up there, and they look like a real threat when they do get up.
Certainly there is an abundance of pace and power around that middle diamond, as Brona said. But unfortunately for them, Lauren Rush is having some issues with her free taking. That's now a second free she's missed close to the DCU goal, and it remains 2 points apiece. Rushed effort by DCU, who have just been knocked out of their stride a little in the last 5 or 6 minutes, and a chance for Ulster University to keep the pressure on, and they could be in here. It's a chance for Bláithín Donnelly. First time, flies over the bar. Well, Emily Heavey, the DCU goalkeeper, will have been relieved to see that whistle over the crossbar and not under. But again, one or two hand passes and it all opened up.
Completely opened up, yeah. I'd say Bláithín is probably kicking herself that didn't go a bit lower under the bar, but still a great score and great effort by herself.
Well, they've been scoring goals for fun en route to the final. Ulster University, 19 and counting in their previous 4 matches. Now DCU go long and direct, and this works out much better. It's Hunt to Tobin. The shot from Molly Carthy is a rocket and flies into the back of the net.
That's a great
terrific combination
DCU,
play by Emer Hunt, Alicia Tobin, and what about the finish from Molly Carthy? That was unstoppable. I think, Bróna, it had flown by Mairead Comer before she even knew it was on its way.
Yeah, she definitely has a boot on her. She's great there at finishing.
Well, sometimes the direct route is the best route, because it was a long delivery to the target full forward, Emer Hunt. She's got such good hands. Her movement is really, really excellent as well. And crucially, Alicia Tobin and Molly Carthy, well, they were on the same page. And DCU lead 1-2 to 3 points. We're into the second quarter here at the University of Galway, Connacht GAA Airdome. Here's Alicia Tobin, tiptoes her way through and just pops it up and over the bar at her leisure. 1-1 for DCU without reply.
Yeah, that was a great score there from Alicia Tobin. It looked so effortless.
Well, that now means that all of DCU's 1-3 has come from the inside line. It's 1-2 for Molly Carthy and a point for Alicia Tobin as we await Ulster University's response. Anya Riley, great pace to go by the defender, eating up the ground. She's got 2 after her, still going. Shot stings the palms of Emily Heavey, but there had been a push on Anya Riley from Drumlane and Cavan, so there will be a free in here to come to Ulster University. But Anya Riley showing a clean pair of heels to the DCU defence.
That was great running from herself, Anya. Hopefully now University of Ulster can pop this over. And I see there Emily Loughran, she's stepping up to it.
So Emily Loughran from close range pops it over the bar. That's her second point and leaves us with a 2-point game again. DCU back in front, back in the driving seat, but Ulster University just getting that scoreboard moving again. Emily Heavey from Clonard in Meath with the short kick out for DCU. Here's Emer O'Brien. Forward to Leah Dormer from Confey in County Kildare. DCU are on the move again. Emer Hunt. A real handful at full forward. Back to Sarah Toohey. Hunt had continued the run. Alicia Tobin is in there after it as well. But there was a little bit of holding going on, spotted by Katie Kilban. Ulster University McGee will get the free. Emily Loughran finds a pocket of space and drifts into it. Then elects to go long, in over the head of Erin Gillen, runs through to Siobhan McKinley. The 2 full forwards have really caught the eye here in the first quarter. This is Lauren Rush into the clear and over the bar. Lovely, tidy finish, and it's a 1-point game.
It's a 1-point game, yeah. There was lovely movement there from the University of Ulster. A great woman, Lauren Rush, for finishing that off.
So a first from play for Lauren Rush, a 5th for Ulster University McGee. And the gap narrows to a single point in this Yoplait HEC Cup Final. The first final of a feast of football here in East Mayo that will be unfolding over the next few days and culminating in some showpiece finals on Saturday afternoon. Good purposeful run from Eva Coughlin. Now Emer Hunt again. Back as far as Molly Carthy, Alicia Tobin. It's a lethal DCU full forward line who really work well together, and once again Tobin and Carthy combine. Here's the third element of that line. That's Emer Hunt. Back as far as Tobin. playing keep ball among themselves, the DCU full forward line. Now can they find a finish? Not on this occasion. Alicia Tobin just under a little too much pressure. But there's no doubt where the threat, the scoring threat, is coming from a DCU perspective. It's Tobin, Hunt and Carthy.
Completely, yeah. They were a great link between each other. But I have to commend University of Ulster's defending there. Really kind of pushed them out. They had no hope there now.
Brian O'Donnell, the Ulster University McGee coach, will be really pleased, as Brona said, with how his team coped with that latest DCU attack. Kept pushing the sharpshooters further and further from goal. Speaking of pushing, that's a foul by Emer Hunt on Mary Traynor as we tick into the 22nd minute of the first half. Bláithín Donnelly from cloudy John Mitchell's in Derry to Emily Loughran. They really do dovetail neatly, the two University of Ulster midfielders, but this time Emily Loughran's shot is wayward, and they have left quite a few scores behind already, haven't they?
They have, yeah. A few goal chances as well that were left behind. They can make the difference, I suppose, as the match goes on, but hopefully.
Well, will they look back and rue those missed chances, or can they create a few more? This time they go long in towards Siobhan McKinley. Ball breaks off her. 2 or 3 Ulster University players around the break. One of them is Siobhan McKinley to Lauren Rush, looking to make an angle. Nice, neat toe tap, and a second one. Just knocked out of her rhythm there by Shannon Fleming, but Katie Kilban was playing an advantage, so he's going to bring it back for the free in anyway. Any signs just yet after 22 minutes, Brona, that the surface is beginning to take its toll? The conditions are starting to take its toll, because as you said at the outset, you're not out in the fresh air. You've got a very fast surface to contend with, so it does take its toll. It's proving no issue though for Anya Riley, who again uses her pace to great effect and has just levelled the match.
Yeah, that was a great score there from Anya Riley. I think the first couple of minutes, University of Ulster did kind of struggle to find their feet on the Astro pitch, but I think they both kind of settle into it.
Well, the scoreboard, the scoreline tells its own story. Despite their fast start, despite their terrific goal from Molly Carthy, DCU have been pegged back, they've been reeled in, and Ulster University McGee are right in this contest. Siobhan McKinley, she's put in some shift so far. This time tracks back, dispossesses the DCU forward on her way out, and Lauren Rush will try and keep them moving in the right direction. Hand pass just sneaks through to Bláithín Donnelly. Now Emily Loughran. This is Hannah Mullen. Lovely build-up to Siobhan McKinley. Look to be pulled back. Referee says nothing doing. Angles getting tighter for Hannah Mullen. And despite the fact that her final shot dropped short, in fact, Katie Kilban had noted that foul on the Ulster University forward and does now award the free in. The pressure tells. The DCU defence is cracked again.
Yeah, the University of Ulster, they're doing great there to get the ball in so deep.
So a very handy, straightforward one for Lauren Rush. 3 points for her. And 7 for Ulster University McGee. And by my count, they're in front for the very first time. 7 points to 1-3. They really have turned this thing around.
Completely, yeah. They've just settled. Very evenly matched teams. It'll be interesting to see what way this match goes.
Now here they come again. Maria Flood from the Trua Gales club in Monaghan. Lost the ball though on her way by the defender. Won back by Kayla Breheny, who elects to let the ball do the work and finds Alicia Tobin on the halfway line. Emer Hunt is again the intended target, but this time was at full stretch, beaten in the air by Eva Turley. And the ball cleared away from danger, out towards Anya Riley. Good solid challenge by Linda Hanley initially, but lost the breaking ball. And instead it's Anya Riley who gets it inside. This is Siobhan McKinley, goal chance! And Siobhan McKinley buries it in the back of the DCU net. It has been coming. And Siobhan McKinley, who's been a real threat right throughout this first half, has just propelled Ulster University into a 4-point lead.
Yeah, completely. That was great moving by herself. Anya Riley, Nikki Sweeney, and there to finish it off. great score. That'll really stand to University of Ulster.
Well, what a big swing we've seen in this first half. DCU dominant in the early stages. Right now, less than 5 minutes to half time. It's Ulster University Magee who lead by 1-7 to 1-3. Emer Hunt barrels into the defender, and it was Bláithín Donnelly who was trying to block her path to goal. Well, the good news from a Ulster University Magee perspective is that Bláithín Donnelly is back on her feet. The not so good news, though, is that Emily Loughran is being treated just to the left of your picture. Looks to have picked up a bang to the face. So before this DCU free can be taken, we're going to have a stoppage. But at 1-7 to 1-3, 4 minutes to go. Bronagh, your impressions of what you've seen so far?
I think it's a very evenly matched teams. There's great work from University of Ulster's middle centre, kind of pushing the ball in. But I do think DCU, their linkage in the forward, they're a big threat between Emer Hunt and Alicia Tobin. The two of them are working really well together.
This will be a real concern, though, for Ulster University Magee, Bronagh, because Emily Loughran, their captain, has been outstanding in the first half. So they'll want to give her every chance to try and continue, try and play on.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like she's picked up some sort of a head injury, it looks like. Knock to the head, maybe.
Well, Emily Loughran, who plays her club football with Ergel Kieran in Tyrone, is just taking her time, just trying to compose herself. Referee Katie Kilban, I think, is just letting Hannah Mullen know that we're into the last 3 minutes of normal time plus stoppages. And great to see Emily back on her feet again. None the worse, hopefully, for that bang she picked up. Now we'll go back and have the DCU free in. So what will Molly Carthy elect to do from here? She looks for Emer Hunt. Who else in that left corner? Secures possession, manages to set up Eva Coughlin. Here's Emer Hunt again, using her strength, her power, and there's no stopping Emer Hunt. It's a second goal for DCU, and it comes from their unstoppable full forward, Emer Hunt.
That's an outstanding score by Emer. It took a lot of power there getting through the University of Ulster defence, but she finished that with such ease. Great score.
So it's a first score of this HEC Cup Final for the DCU number 14. And that full forward line continues to wreak havoc, and she could be in again. Heavy collision with the goalkeeper. Emer Hunt is hurt and has been fouled by Mairead Comer. That's the way the referee, Katie Kilban, saw it. I have to say, it looked initially, Bronagh, like two players going full-blooded for the loose ball. Yeah, but it was obviously seen that Mairead Comer had been overzealous, and there is that frontal challenge that we've seen so often, I suppose, throughout the season already. And the decision does tend to go with the attacking team quite a lot. Yeah, definitely. I think that was a harsh enough call there for Mairead Comer. Well, the free is taken and converted by Molly Carthy. That just extends the DCU advantage. Or rather, it brings them level pegging, 2-4 to 1-7. I beg your pardon. The goal from Emer Hunt has got them back into this contest, and the point from Molly Carthy means we're all square again, heading into the closing stages of the first half. Well, we knew from their paths to the final and the type of scorelines they'd been running up that this would be open, free-flowing and high-scoring, and it's been that and so much more in the first half as DCU find their way through. It's Emer Hunt. Oh, she's done it again. It's the second goal for Emer Hunt in as many minutes, and the DCU full forward is filling her boots. 2 goals in 2 minutes, and the tide has turned again, Bronagh. Oh, definitely. Emer Hunt there, she's a big threat. She's such good power. I think that's something in half-time that'll need to be worked on. Well, Emer Hunt from Dunbrody in Wexford has certainly brought her A-game, and she has lit up this first half. This HEC Cup Final, first half at the University of Galway, Connacht GA Airdome, 3-4 to 1-7. They had scored 22 goals, believe it or not, DCU, en route to the final. They've now scored 25, and I don't think they're finished yet.
No, they're definitely goal hungry.
Well, every time they get inside the University of Ulster McGee cover, they are looking to go for goals. And they're now 3 points in front. And their tails are up again as Aoife Doohan tries to drive out with that ball, the Cloughaneely Donegal defender. Free taken by Eva Coughlin as far as Leah Dormer on this right-hand side. Emer Hunt is making a run, and here she is, right on cue. Eva Turley is really struggling to get to grips with her. It's Hunt who goes for goal. She's on a hat-trick. She's been fouled, and it will be a free in. Well, the question that will be asked in the University of Ulster huddle at half-time, Brona, will surely, how do you solve a problem like Emer Hunt?
Exactly. I don't know, I know she's giving Eva Turley a hard time there. They're definitely going to have to do something to switch it around to close down the threat of Emer Hunt there now.
Well, she's so big and strong that certainly Eva Turley needs some help. She needs some support.
That's great score
as
there
Molly
by
Carthy. 1-4 now for the corner forward from Ballybach in Dublin. 1-4 out of DCU's tally of 3-5. And it no change in terms of where all the scores are coming from. All 3-5 have come from the inside line as Katie Kilban blows the half-time whistle, with DCU leading 3-5 to 1-7. Brona Quinn, your overall impressions of the first half?
I think both teams were very evenly matched there until the last couple of minutes. DCU just took control and popped in them few goals. It's hard to come back from when the goals start piling up like that. But hopefully, with a couple of minutes of a break, University of Ulster might have a chance of coming back and setting it again.
Well, just there in your picture, you can see some of the stars of the show from a DCU perspective. Alicia Tobin, Emer Hunt and Molly Carthy. They've scored all 3-5 of DCU's tally between them. And at half-time here at the University of Galway, Connacht GA Airdome in the Yoplait HEC Cup Final, it's DCU who lead Ulster University McGee by 3-5 to 1-7. We'll be back with full second half commentary very shortly. Yoplait HEC Cup Final is off and running with DCU leading University of Ulster Magee 3-5 to 1-7. Just one half-time change to tell you about. Number 11, Emma Hickey from DCU, who didn't start. She's on and into the DCU attack in place of Eva Coughlin, who drops out of the starting team as the first DCU attack of the second half peters out quite tamely. Brona Quinn alongside me for the second half again. Brody, we were just remarking at half-time on the fact that DCU 7, the team we're watching at the moment here, one of 5 teams from DCU to be playing in the finals over the next few days here in Bacon. It's a remarkable achievement. 5 teams across the 10 finals.
Yeah, it's crazy. It shows that there's good work being done in DCU to have the numbers and such great teams as well to get to that final. Definitely some hard good work done in DCU.
Well, this HEC Cup, it's the 7th tier championship. It's the second year that the competition has been played, and Brona far too modest to say it, but a medal winner last year with GMIT Mayo in this HEC Cup final. Who will be lifting the trophy in a half an hour or so? Will it be DCU and their captain Fáinse Grimes? Will it be Emily Loughran of Ulster University Magee? Time will tell. Right now DCU have won themselves another free in. They've started this second half on the front foot just like they did the first, but a concern here will be the fact that it's their talismanic full forward Emer Hunt who was in the wars. Thankfully she's back on her feet again quite quickly. So Molly Carthy clips the free up and over the bar. She's up to 1-5 now, and I think if we've learned nothing else in the last half an hour or so, Brona, it's that if University of Ulster keep giving her opportunities from frees, Molly Carthy will take them.
Yeah, she's been a very reliable there free taker. It's a great start there from DCU.
Poor kick out from Mairead Comer, but she gets away with it. The goalkeeper from John Mitchell's in Glenullen in County Derry. Misplaced kick out. And it is a feature of big games, big finals, isn't it, Brona, that when the pressure comes on the goalkeeper, the press comes on, it can lead to all sorts of problems. As again the University of Ulster kick out breaks down, it's Emer Hunt back as far as Fáinse Grimes, and DCU desperately unlucky not to extend their lead. But sometimes it can be very difficult to get the kickouts away and to break out.
Yeah, and I think the way the ladies football game is going seems to be very defensive on the kickouts, which is a great risk obviously if the ball does turn over.
Everybody's so well set, so well organised, but this time Bláithín Donnelly does get out, uses her athleticism to cross into DCU territory, as both Keelan McKeown and Siobhan McKinley there just overshot the runway. Ball runs through to the goalkeeper. Clearance from Emily Heavey though, not what she intended, and this will give Lauren Rush a chance to keep the pressure on. Angle though is getting tighter and tighter, turns into a cross more than a shot for Erin Gillen, who's after it. Emily Loughran makes herself available, and the pass is played to the team captain. Next link in the line was Mary Traynor, but there had been a foul, and Katie Kilban just let that move develop, now brings it back, and this gives Ulster University Magee a chance to reduce the deficit. They've fallen 5 points behind. Those first half goals, 2 from Emer Hunt, 1 from Molly Carthy, they've done most of the damage. So it's 15 points to 10 in old money, and a chance for Ulster University to bring their tally to 11. Plenty of height on it and accuracy too. It is guided over by the right boot of Lauren Rush. 4 points for the wing forward. And Brona still all to play for, and still without a doubt more goals in this game. You can just sense it.
Yeah, it's definitely in the air. And University of Ulster, they are a great threat when they do get up forward. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays.
Fáinne Grimes releases Emre Hickey rather, who's just come in off the bench. This is Alicia Tobin, and that is a 7th point for DCU, a 2nd for Alicia Tobin. So simple and so effective.
Yeah, great score there from Alicia from play.
Plays her club football with St Eunan's in Donegal, the DCU corner forward, and restores the 5-point cushion. Hannah Mullen battling for possession with Kayla Breheny. Here's Mary Traynor being tracked by Breheny, who hasn't given up on the task. Katie Gilban is playing an advantage. Emily Loughran lost her footing, so there will be a free in. But Emily Loughran has picked up a few knocks. She's going to receive treatment here again, Brona. And this is another cause for concern on the University of Ulster bench, because it's not the first time their captain has been in need of treatment.
No, she's taken some hard hits. She's such a great threat there coming down through the middle. She's putting in a lot of work carrying that ball. She's back up and at it anyways. Hopefully she'll be okay to keep going for University of Ulster.
Well, the captain of University of Ulster's 4th team is up again and good to go. Lauren Rush looking to convert the free. That's 2 in a row for her. 5 in total. And they're hanging on in there.
She's really settled into her free taking there now for Lauren.
Missed a few early on, but now her eye is in, as Brona mentioned, and she's beginning to get the hang of her surroundings. Because, of course, you just have to look around when you walk through the doors, Brona, to realise it's an environment unlike any other in the country, and even from the point of view of landmarks or free takers finding their range, it presents a different set of challenges.
Completely, like there's nowhere else anybody would have been able to experience something like this, so it is a new environment for each one of the players, especially like for the free taking.
Have to say, with the temperature hovering around 2 or 3 degrees outside, it is certainly welcome news, I'm sure, to many of the spectators when they arrive here and make their way into the warmer confines of the University of Galway Connacht GA Air Dome, largest sports dome of its kind in the world, and right now playing host to the HEC Cup Final. DCU leading University of Ulster by 4 points, looking to top up that advantage, looking to play the pass to Molly Carthy, caught in behind by Bloneth Kerr from County Tyrone, and the ball hacked clear out around the middle. Nice touch from Linda Hanley from Kilmavie Shamrocks to Aoife Doohan from Cloughaneely. Here's Aoife Doohan again, winds up, shoots on sight, didn't make clean contact. And during this stoppage in play, University of Ulster McGee is going to introduce Chloe Monroe from St Columkills in Carrickmore in County Tyrone, and the player who's been replaced, Hannah Mullen. Because we are reaching that stage of the game now, heading towards the midway point in the 3rd quarter, Brona, aren't we? That the pace and the tempo, it'll start to take its toll. Yeah,
definitely. DC are doing so well. They seem to have a lot of control in the start here of the second half.
Well, I
can imagine they will hit a purple patch soon enough.
They've been dominant, really, in this 3rd quarter so far. Emer Hunt, good in the air, good on the ground, and absolutely nothing wrong with that finish either. It's her first point. It will go nicely with her 2 goals, and she is still the big problem that University of Ulster have to try and solve back in that defence.
Yeah, if her performance is anything like the first half, she is definitely a threat that needs to be stopped there for University of Ulster.
Poor kick out gathered by Aoife Doohan to the totally unmarked Emer Hunt. Well, she's doing as she pleases, driving through. She's making quite a name for herself in this HEC Cup Final. 2 goals and 2 points. And if you were handing out the Player of the Match award right now, Brona, I think she'd be at the top of the list.
It's definitely a high contender for it, all right.
Well, if Ulster University McGee are not careful, this game could run away from them very quickly. The gap is now out to 6 points, 2 clear goals between them. And DCU spending more and more time in possession and inside the opposition half. But that's a bit of carelessness from Alicia Tobin to give the ball away. Driven in by Emily Loughran to Siobhan McKinley, who's got great hands. Got there in front of Keelan McKeown and manages to win the free. Well, what Emer Hunt is doing at one end, Siobhan McKinley is doing at the other.
Yeah, they're both very dominant there in the full forward.
So good work again by the Mullabon full forward. And all eyes turn to Lauren Rush. Decoy run being made by Mary Traynor. Lauren Rush instead picks out Anya Boner. Nikki Sweeney forward towards Lauren Rush again. Nice footwork, still going, gets the shot away, and that's a terrific score from Lauren Rush. Well, she's her team's top scorer with 6 points, and it's easy to see why, as Ulster University introduce Orla Dempsey from St. Peter's Dunboyne in County Meath, and they're taking out number 7, Anya Boner. But Brona, what about that score from Lauren Rush?
That was a great score. She had about 5 DCU girls around her, and she still managed to get the score away.
The Cookstown for the Rocks player Lauren Rush just keeping Ulster University in touch. Still plenty of time, 20 minutes or thereabouts still to play, and DCU have been penalised for a technical foul. I don't think the receiver was far enough away from the kick out, possibly. So it's a hot ball on the 20-metre line. Referee Katie Kilban to throw it in. The two number 9s jump together, Emily Loughran and Sarah Toohey. Ball breaks on the Ulster University side, broke towards Anya Riley. Broke again a second time, and this time DCU react quickest, and the ball is cleared away from danger. Alicia Tobin gets herself out in front of Sarah White. Long ball in over the top, looking to pick out the full forward Emer Hunt, but Eva Turley had got the jump on her, but Hunt has managed to win it back again. Is there nothing she can't do? This is Molly Carthy, and the snapshot flies just wide. Well, Eva Turley would have been forgiven for thinking she'd done the hard part, and then she gets her pocket picked by Emer Hunt.
Yeah, I think University Ulster are very lucky there now that that score didn't go away.
Well, you'd have expected Molly Carthy to have hit the target, that's for sure. Good work here by Nikki Sweeney from Annadown in County Galway to keep that ball in play. Here she is again. Plays a nice 1-2 with Orla Dempsey. Now Mary Traynor, one of the Errigal Kieran contingent, to Blauheen Donnelly. The next pass is delivered across the line to the fleet-footed Anya Riley, to Emily Loughran. Siobhan McKinley's got inside, goal chance, and McGinley tucks it away. Well, Ulster University McGee strike back in the 14th minute of the second half. It was a lovely move, started in defence by Nikki Sweeney and finished by Siobhan McKinley.
Yeah, I think that was great work there from University of Ulster. They're transitioning up, and to be able to get that score away. Looks like Siobhan now has picked up an injury.
Well, Siobhan McKinley has picked up an injury, and DCU have picked up a yellow card. Number 26, Leah Dormer, is going to the sin bin. I'm not quite sure, Brona, if you saw what happened, but Leah looked quite surprised when she saw the yellow card, and looks just as surprised as she heads to the sin bin.
Yeah, I know. I missed that one now, unfortunately.
So some reorganisation now for Sean Jones and his management team to carry out here. Just issuing the instructions to their captain, Faunchie Grimes. So Ulster University McGee will have an extra player for the next 10 minutes, and the gap is back to 2 points. So DCU may not be on the bus home with the trophy just yet, Brona.
No, I think it's all to play for yet. Still early days.
Emily Loughran in there battling away in the engine room. pinpoint delivery to find Maria Flood. She's trying to lose Aoife Doohan. Support outside from Nikki Sweeney, who's made a big impact since coming in off the bench. Plays a 1-2 with Bláithín Donnelly, but unable to hang on to it in the tackle. Collision between Emer O'Brien, the DCU defender, and Emily Loughran on the way out. And Emer O'Brien from Lucan Sarsfields gets the decision, and Emily Loughran has her number noted by Katie Kilban. So we're into the final quarter of the Yoplait HEC Cup Final, and DCU 7 lead University of Ulster 4 by 3-9 to 2-10. Here's Emer Hunt, still searching for her hat-trick goal. For once, loses the ball in the tackle. Won back by Mary Traynor. And Mary Traynor penalised for over-carrying. I think she just lost her train of thought, was looking down the field and pinged by the referee. Harsh call, Brona?
I think that was a harsh one, yeah. Wasn't very obvious over-carry anyways to me, but...
Well, so many times you see players take 7, 8, maybe 9 steps when they're trying to break a tackle. Katie Kilban applying the rules there to the letter of the law. And it just means that the University of Ulster momentum is checked and possession is back in DCU hands. DCU, remember, right now with 14 players out there. One of them is Fáinse Grimes. Emma Hickey on the ball now. They'll try and run down the clock, I'm sure, to hang on to possession while they're down to 14. But that's a wild effort from Alicia Tobin, very unlike her, as the DCU coaching staff get ready to bring in Alison Stewart from the FINA in Dublin, and they're taking out Kayla Breheny, who has put in quite the shift at left half back. She's been excellent, hasn't she?
She has been excellent, yeah, working the ball out.
Substitute also coming from the University of Ulster, Chloe McManus from the Limavady Wolfhounds in Derry will replace Erin Nigillan in the Ulster University attack. So fresh legs in the full forward line for the Chasers.
I think it's well needed, isn't it? At this stage of the game in tough conditions.
Well, it really is an energy-sapping surface. It's one of those venues where there quite literally is nowhere to hide out there. Asks a lot of the players physically and mentally. And as we turn into the final 12 minutes, no doubt some of them will be starting to hit the wall. This is a nice move from the University of Ulster. This is Lauren Rush, and that is goal number 3 for the University of Ulster. Lauren Rush has been in flying form all afternoon, and that's now 1-6. And just look at the scoreline now. All change utterly. University of Ulster McGee are ahead again.
Complete change there in the last couple of minutes. Lauren Rush seems to be on form in the second half.
Well, we came expecting goals and we've got 6 of them. And I have a feeling there are still more in this game. It's just the way they're coached, the way they're programmed, the way they think. And if the likes of Siobhan McKinley or Emer Hunt in particular get a sniff of a goal chance, they're going to go for it. Definitely,
yeah. Everybody's going for goals, I think, at this stage, and they're well welcomed.
So 3-10 plays 3-9 here at the University of Galway Connacht GA Airdome. Emer Hunt trying to drive through and is fouled as she tried to do so. So out to look at the free comes Molly Carthy, just on the edge of the D. As we mentioned, in theory, ideal conditions for a free taker, but it's a big game, it's a pressure kick. Strikes the bar and almost drops into the net. Now, the umpire hadn't taken up the best position in the world. He was back behind the net when that ball dropped. We don't have, of course, goal line technology. We have an injury now to the goalkeeper down there. That's Mairead Comer. That couldn't have been very far away. I'd love to have another look.
No, yeah, it was definitely good work there by Marie Comer to clear that ball.
Well, if VAR was in the house, we'd be certainly looking to get a look at that. The free from Molly Carthy that was spilled by the goalkeeper, Mairead Comer. And in the panic that ensued, the goalkeeper picked up a knock. I think there may be a second player in the wars as well. But on such fine margins, our HEC Cup Finals won and lost, Brona. You know that yourself.
Yeah, definitely. It's coming down to the wire now. You can just feel the tension building within the dome.
Well, in about, 7 or 8 minutes' time, I'll be asking you for your selection for player of the match, Brona. But right now, you'd be hard-pressed to pick that player because the lead has ebbed and flowed. Siobhan McKinley, Lauren Rush, Emily Loughran, Mary Traynor have all had big games for University of Ulster. And then on the flip side, Tobin, Hunt, Carthy, Fáinse Grimes, they've been excellent for DCU. So that won't be an easy decision for you to make in, 7 or 8 minutes' time?
No, definitely not. I think there's a lot of girls that have been putting in a hard shift and have been really dominant. The likes there of Lauren Rush and Siobhan McKinley, as well Emily Loughran.
Well, we'll let you have a think about that as the play continues. And great to see everybody back on their feet again, fit and good to go. Linda Hanley on the ball for DCU, trying to make something happen. Alicia Tobin looking to create space and make an angle. Katie Kilban is playing an advantage. DCU will get the free. Well, it took a run from Linda Hanley to bring some pace to the move, to cut the line, to break that defensive shield that Ulster University had constructed. And Linda Hanley's run leads to this chance for Molly Carthy, which she simply has to get at this stage in the game. This to tie it up, and the sides are level. 3-10 to 3-10. 1-6 for Molly Carthy. And calling a winner right now, practically impossible.
I think it's, very impossible. They're both having their waves of good play. It'd be very hard to call a winner at this stage, I think. It's going to go down to the last minute.
Well, this Yoplait HEC Cup Final is playing out just the way the organisers and the crowd here would have wanted, I'm sure. It is going to go all the way to the wire. It's going to go the distance. Anya Riley trying to engineer something. Referee has her hand in the air. So this is a free shot, a free play for University of Ulster. Lauren Rush is eventually bottled up, and they'll get the free and they'll get the chance to go back in front. Well, Lauren Rush and Molly Carthy, the two free takers, they are going to have a big part to play. But here's a turning point. It's another yellow for DCU. Remember, Leah Dormer has been in the bin for the last 7 or 8 minutes, and now Emer O'Neill has been sent there for that challenge a moment ago. So just at this moment in time, DCU are down to 13 players, 2 in the bin. The free has gone awry, has gone wrong for Ulster University. So the plot thickens, Brona. Yeah. DCU down to 13 players, sides level, and Ulster University have just missed a chance to go ahead.
I think that'd be a great boost there for University of Ulster. Be interesting to see, can DCU still take control of the game with 13 players?
Another collision on the far side. Another player goes to ground. Quite a few stoppages in this second half, so that will mean we will have a hefty chunk of added time. I see Leah Dormer still waiting fairly impatiently to come back into the game for DCU. Emer O'Neill, well, she's got a good solid 9 minutes or more, so we may not see Emer O'Neill back in the game, at least not in normal time. 5.5 minutes to go. Who will succeed ATU Galway as HEC Cup champions? That is the question that will be answered in the next 5 or 6 minutes, or will it? Hot ball on the far side. Again, it's the two big number 9, Sarah Toohey from Timahoe and Emily Loughran from Errigal Kieran, who'll go toe-to-toe. Touchdown by Loughran. The breaking ball won by Mary Traynor, her clubmate, and moved on quickly to Lauren Rush. One of the most dangerous forwards out there. Carries the ball brilliantly, still going strong. What a run from Lauren Rush. Here's Nikki Sweeney. Can she kick the lead score? Sucks in 2 or 3 defenders. Back to Maria Flood. Lauren Rush wants the pass. In fact, she wanted it just a fraction earlier. Didn't come. Now she's shut down by Shannon Fleming. And Lauren Rush is forced deeper and wider, closer and closer to the sideline. That is textbook defending from Emer O'Brien, the DCU cornerback. Free out for over-carrying against Lauren Rush. Well, that's how you play cornerback, Brona, isn't it?
Definitely. I think that was great work there by Emer O'Brien. It looked there for a minute that University of Ulster were in on top of goal, but the DCU defence as a whole just really closed them down. It's great stuff from them.
Ball played out of the DCU defence. Breaks inside as far as Anya Riley. To Maria Flood. Can she turn out to be the hero? Just lost the ball in the tackle. 4 minutes to go. Next score might just win it. It'll certainly have a big say in what happens when the cup is presented very, very shortly. Eva Turley, the fullback for Ulster University, over to the far side of the field. Both teams now trying to find some time, trying to find some space. Anya Riley, as Ulster University come down the middle. The right player has it. It's Lauren Rush. Still going. Delayed the shot. Then pulled the trigger. And it's blocked away and out for a 45. As Leah Dormer comes back in for the last few minutes of this game. That means DCU are back up to 14 players. But what a chance, Brona, that was for Lauren Rush.
Definitely. I think she was just unlucky in the end that they had the hands down on the boot. But it's still great that they had the 45. They have another chance to go at it. But DCU's defence are really stopping them up. You can just see both teams are working so hard that the winner is not going to be picked easily.
So the 45 will be taken by Emily Loughran. Back to Lauren Rush. Well, that's a cruel mistake, really, to make at this stage in the game. Ball was played backwards by Emily Loughran to Lauren Rush. But thankfully for the players concerned, it's all worked out. Emily goes long, manages to find Maria Flood, who just pulled on it first time. Just a tired decision, really. Didn't work out. A second chance for Ulster University Magee, and spurned as well.
I think
well, tired minds and tired bodies blown out there now.
Yeah, I think it's really hitting them now. It was a great ball in there by Emily Loughran. It was just unfortunate that Maria Flood couldn't get the hand to it.
Well, now it will all come down to who can find that little bit extra, who can push themselves through the pain barrier and dig out a match-winning score. Will we have a winner? 2 minutes of normal time plus additional time to go. Alicia Tobin digs deep and somehow manages to find some energy to take on the corner back over there. To Molly Carthy, back to Alicia Tobin. Emma Hickey makes a run. She's available if the pass is played. Doesn't come. Alicia Tobin eventually ran out of road, but free had been already given. There was a foul on the corner forward from Donegal. And no surprise to see her trying to get her breath back, because she had to race out to the wing to win it, hold off a few defenders and win a free. And certainly she will sleep soundly tonight, Alicia Tobin, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think the bodies are kind of hitting their toll now over coming into the last couple of minutes.
Well, they've been going hard for the last hour out there, DCU and Ulster University Magee, trying to get their hands on the trophy. And there is the lead for DCU. It's Molly Carthy. Who else? 1-7 for the DCU sharpshooter, and they lead 3-11 to 3-10. Now we're wondering, can they stay in front?
Yeah, with 14 players now, it'll be quite challenging for themselves, but they seem to be keeping well in with it.
That's a really good point. Ulster University Magee have an extra player out there with Emer O'Neill in the sin bin, but right now you wouldn't think it. They've turned the ball over. Emer Hunt to Molly Carthy to Alicia Tobin. The 1-2-3, and Alicia Tobin with a brilliant goal to surely put the seal on victory for DCU in this HEC Cup Final. Who else but Emer Hunt, Molly Carthy and Alicia Tobin to open up the Ulster University defence, and there was no stopping the finish from Alicia Tobin. Goals for every single one of the DCU full forward line.
Literally, yeah. We could see from the first half how big of a threat they were. Get the ball inside to them and they would be sure to finish it. I think there was great work there and a great finish by Alicia Tobin.
Well, between the three of them, they have now scored 4 goals and 11 points. Nobody else able to get in on the action.
No, definitely not. They've definitely earned their spot anyways in them full forward line.
Now, all the pressure is back on Ulster University Magee. They've fallen 4 points behind in added time against the 14 players of DCU. Anya Riley, they simply have to score a goal here and hope they win the kick-out. Blauheen Donnelly across to Lauren Rush, looking to weave her way through, looking to work that goal chance, still going, free in. There was a tug on the jersey. Katie Kilban, the referee, is going to bring it back. But time is of the essence now for Ulster University, and it's not their friend. We're 90 seconds into added time.
That was great work in there by Lauren Rush. You'd be thinking that University of Ulster would have goal in mind now as we're coming into the last few minutes.
Well, shouts of "on the line" ring out from the DCU dugout as Emily Loughran stands over this free. I have to say, I thought DCU would bring a few more players back onto that line, but they seem to be fairly sure Emily Loughran is going to pop it over the bar, and she does. But I don't know about you, Brona, that top corner of the net was unguarded there for a couple of seconds, and Emily Heavey didn't have a whole lot of backup.
No, definitely not. No, you would have presumed that there would have been a lot more players back, but lucky enough, Emily Loughran just popped over the point.
So a kick of the ball between the teams. DCU 7 lead Ulster University 4 by 3 points. 4-11 to 3-11. Is there to be another twist in the tale? Can Ulster University Magee conjure up an equalising 4th goal, or is it to be DCU's day? Line ball taken and picks out Emma Hickey. Possession is now the name of the game for the leaders as Fáinse Grimes, their captain from Confey in County Kildare, feeds it through. This is Leah Dormer back on the field and back on the score sheet. Leah Dormer becomes the first player outside of that star-studded full forward line to get her name on the score sheet. The two Confey players, Fáinse Grimes and Leah Dormer, combine, and she announces her comeback from the sin bin in some style.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great score to really kind of...
And there goes the full-time whistle. And DCU celebrate a famous victory. They have won the Yoplait HEC Cup Final. They've beaten Ulster University Magee in a dramatic contest here at the University of Galway Connacht GAA Airdome by 4-12 to 3-11. A deserved win for DCU, Brona. But right up until the last few minutes, until that shot, that sensational shot from Alicia Tobin hit the back of the net, this could have gone either way.
Oh, completely, yeah. And for DCU to come back from 13 players to end up winning that game, it just really shows how much they deserve that there in the end.
Well, as we watch them celebrate, Brona, I'm sure your thoughts, your memories go back to this time last year when you were part of an ATU Galway team that won this very final. Just talk to us about what the emotions are like out there right now, and what's the biggest priority for all of those players at this very moment?
Oh, I don't think there's any better feeling than winning like a match like that that's so tight. No. Yeah, there's no better feeling than that, than winning with your club.
DCU celebrate Ulster University Magee disconsolate to play so well for so long, Brona, and leave empty-handed. This will hurt for quite a while, won't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. But they did have a great match, and it could have gone either way, really, in the end. It was just lucky enough for DCU. They just stuck it out there and put in a power of work there in the last 5 minutes to get that goal.
Well, they were 4 points down at half-time. Ulster University McGee battled back to go in front. But in the end, they have to come off second best against DCU. We're just hearing player of the match, Brona, the official player of the match, Molly Carthy from DCU, and well-deserved. 1 goal and 7 points, I make it. What a performance.
Yeah, she was great. The top kind of free scorer, really, of the day. She's very kind of sharp shooter, sorry.
So right now, we're going to have the presentation in just a moment. Daniel Caldwell, the chairperson of the HEC, is just getting ready to do the honours. But before that, we're going to hear from the player of the match, Molly Carthy, who's with John Lynch.
Thank you very much indeed, Mike. Molly Carthy, the player of the match, joins me here. First and foremost, congratulations. An absolutely brilliant game. What was it like?
It was nerve-wracking, to be honest, in the end. Like, they've been the toughest team we've played since the league. They beat us in the final, and we just want to come back and get the win.
And the game, it ebbed and it flowed. It could have really gone anywhere right up until the end. Goals were crucial, and you'll be delighted with some of the goals that you got throughout the game.
Yeah, no, to be fair to all the girls, like, it's just amazing, and the work from the back line just came right through to full forwards, and like, especially Emer and Leisha there, they did really, really well, and it just came from everyone.
Congratulations again. We'll let you enjoy the presentation. Thank you.
Out in front of him, so all I'm hearing is bang, 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 bang.
I also want to thank the referees and the refereeing and the team officials. Player of the match, and I'm joined. Okay, 2 of them, sorry. And I'm joined by Con Moynihan, President of Connacht LGFA, to present the Player of the Match award, which goes to number 15 from DCU, Molly Carter. And now I'm going to call Funcha forward to accept the cup on behalf of DCU. Hands there. Brilliant. Super. Well done. Now you can make your speech.
First of all, I'd like to say thanks to the ref and the officials and ATU for organising this. It's an amazing opportunity to play in the Dome, so thank you. I want to thank our coaches, Roland, Kyle, Shane, Sean and Connor. Thanks for all your hard work with the team this year. Can I thank DCU, Paul O'Brien and Louise for all your hard work with the team this year. We really appreciate it. And can I thank our sponsors, Ballymore, as well.
So great scenes as DCU celebrate a famous win in the Yoplait HEC Cup Final here at the University of Galway Connacht GA Airdome. They've beaten Ulster University Magee 4-12 to 3-11. Don't forget, coming up very shortly, we'll have the Yoplait Lagan Cup Final between University of Galway 3 and DCU 6. That game coming up at 3 o'clock. My thanks to Brona Quinn for her company and analysis throughout the afternoon. That's it from us. We'll be back very shortly with more action from the University of Galway Connacht GA Airdome.
So you've only ever competed against each other? Yeah. God, so far you're getting on very well. So I'll write my name, Durable, and then I'm going to stand next to the wall. And how do you manage, say, your nutrition at college? Because you're so busy. I feel like you're the busiest women in the country. You're juggling about a million things. Yeah. Is someone going to teach me something?
We'll try.
Do I have any hope?
We'll practice, yeah.
Okay, I think we have a bit of work to do. We'll be back another day. Before we get started, I know you know this. Got to do a little bit of a warm-up. So I'm going to do 3 of my favourite exercises. Is that all right? Yep. Okay, let's start squatting. Okay, so as low as you're comfortable to go, we'll aim for 10. So we'll just do a few reverse lunges. So the exercise is roll down, walk out. If you want to do a little press up, but you don't have to. Okay, what's your best attribute as a player?
I think my work rate.
Aisling?
Communication, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Like always wanting to win.
Okay, we're going to do a little stretch while we get the last one. Do a quad stretch.
Probably say my vision on the pitch.
Go on, that's very interesting. Vision on the pitch. Are we a little bit warmer?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, good job. We get ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.